Ruesha, Vera said to us on Saturday that you were one of the players who was at the receiving end of a hard tackle. How are you feeling after Friday?
Yeah, fine. It's done now and we're moving forward. It was a bit of a heated game, but that was it. A few bruises along the way, but that was all.
And how did you find the weekend with having the time off and probably getting to see a bit of Brisbane? Or I think, were you up in the Gold Coast, did I see?
Amazing. I think it was well and truly needed. Just needed to switch off, get away from camp and sort of just take ourselves away from here. A few girls done different things. A group of us went to Gold Coast. I love the beach, so I had to go there. Love swimming, had to do it. And then I think a few girls went to like the koala sanctuaries and stuff like that. So I think everyone's had a nice day. And now it's kind of back to business.
And so what does your week look like now for you personally in terms of prepping for the game?
Well, it's getting to crunch time now. But yeah, we'll have training, we'll have analysis. Just do what we need to do to be ready for the game now. I mean, it's not as though we're going to be getting any fitter now, so it's just have yourself in the best possible position for match day.
And so we had Siobhan on Off the Ball a couple of weeks ago, and I was still back in Dublin at this stage, and she went through this whole scenario with me where she was explaining how she was going to feel listening to the national anthem, seeing you standing out there on the pitch, and I was practically in tears on air just listening to her. How are you kind of dealing with the pressure but also the motivation of going into such a big game?
Who's Siobhan? That's what. Yeah, look, we've been waiting for this moment for so long. We've wanted to be at a major tournament and it's finally here. I think for me, it's actually, how special is it that we are now opening up the World Cup? It's amazing, it's exciting, but at the same time I don't think we're not really thinking about it. We're still just going okay. And I think that's a good way to be, because we're relaxed. We don't want to be too nervous days before the tournament kicks off. So I think the squad's in a nice sort of place. Maybe people might feel different, but I think for me it's going to be when we're on the bus going to the stadium for the game. I'll be like, okay, here we are, right? And obviously it's going to be a packed out stadium, but it's going to be special and it's something to remember for the rest of our lives, I guess.
And for you personally, like, is there one of the three teams in particular you're looking forward to facing, or is it kind of just focus on one and then once that's done, whatever the result is, good or bad, turn focus and move to the next one?
Yeah, I think for me it's like the first game, obviously again, it's the opening game, so that's massive, but a game at a time, step at a time. We'll see how we get on. Again, there's not much pressure on us. I don't think people expect much from us. It's our first tournament. It's going to be tough, it's going to be difficult. I'm sure we're going to need to weather a few storms and stick together, but we've wanted to be here and we've wanted to be here for so long, so at the same time we want to show what we're capable of and play to our strengths too, and see how it goes.
Where do you think Australia offer the most danger for Ireland? If you'd have been my just one.
Yeah. Look, I think we see a lot of their goals can come from crosses into the box, and obviously again it was kind of, they broke down their right hand side and it wasn't to Sam Kerr actually, but we know what she's like in the air. I think you've seen the finish from that Mary Fowler, very composed technical player. They've threats everywhere. Caitlin Ford. They have stars all over the pitch, but Sam Kerr in the box is lethal. But for me, it's crosses into the box. She's absolutely lethal with her head. I've not seen many girls that can head the ball the way she can, even if that's round the back post and winning knockdowns, such a threat. So we'll have to look at trying to keep her quiet.
And if you were to kind of say to people back home, this is the reason why you should be tuning in to watch this game, what's the final message to those at home?
Tune in and support us, please. We need every little bit of support. We might be outnumbered here in Australia, but we can definitely feel the love from back home. I was just saying earlier, it's kind of weird being here because you can't see it all, but you know it's all party mode back home. Everyone's excited, but it's kind of sad that you can't actually see it. But at the same time, it's probably good for us that we're not distracted and getting too caught up in the hype of it all. So, but yeah, please tune in, please support. Yeah.
I think when you hit Sydney, you'll definitely feel it a bit more. It sounds like the party's starting down there.
Really? Yeah. Hopefully we don't get lost at the fan zones then, and yeah, we'll see. Yeah.
I was talking to Amber about some of the choices that she's made that have led her here, and obviously you've had an interesting road here. Are you someone who is sort of everything happens for a reason, or are you someone who's sort of I've ended up here as a kind of deliberate choice?
I think in the back of your head you always you've got that dream and that vision that you're going to end up here or in a place like this. So I've always believed that, but my journey has not been straightforward. A lot of it probably down to my own choices in life. They've not always been the best, but at the same time, I wouldn't change it because that was my journey, and you learn as you get older and you look at some of the things you've done, and I'm one of those people that don't just learn from one mistake. I might make several mistakes before the penny drops and I learn, but look, that's my journey and I wouldn't really change it. I'm who I am, and football's been exciting. I know a lot of people look at the list of teams I've been at and they're like, but at the same time I'm like, I've enjoyed it because you get to move about, meet new people, work with different people, and it's always exciting. I've met a lot of people through football, and good people, and there's a lot of fun memories there. So yeah, I wouldn't really change my journey, but it's led me here, and yeah, I wouldn't change it.
Speaking of those other teams, other players, in terms of kind of the WSL and teammates you've had that are playing for other sides in this tournament, do you chat during the tournament? Do you kind of tune each other out? What's been the vibe?
Obviously there's a few girls, but there's some that I've spoke to, not all of them, but you might drop people a message here and there and just have a wee check-in. But yeah, we're supporting everyone that's here, do you know what I mean? There's a lot of teammates and stuff, or ex-teammates, and you hope everyone does well. Like, it's a big stage in world football, so you hope everyone gets through it in one piece and enjoys it. So
sounds like some people are taking the approach of 80,000, we're just going to tune it out, it's just another football match. Some people might use the vibe of those 80,000 people to their advantage. Where do you stand?
For me, I've played in front of a few big crowds, but not 80,000, so it's going to be new to me. So I don't know, should I wear a nappy under my shorts? We'll see. No, look, no, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I think I do enjoy playing in front of big crowds, but I think everyone's different and everyone's going to need to do what works best for them, be in control. You're going to be nervous, let's face it, there's going to be nerves, but it's just not letting the nerves and emotions get the better of you. I'd like to hope that I'll thrive at the occasion, but time will tell.
Just listening to you when you say about the communication you've had with other players from other teams and other nations as well, but actually you are all playing a part, aren't you, in building a legacy that's going to go beyond this World Cup, beyond 2023?
Yeah, definitely. And I think you've seen, for me, the standout turnaround in women's football was the Euros. Last summer? Was that last summer? Yeah, last summer. It was last summer. Obviously, deep down, I'm gutted that England won, but I'm just about over it. Nah, but it was great for the game there. The WSL just sort of, it's only going in one direction, and I think the change that they've made is massive, and now you can see the change that hopefully we can all make on this world stage. It's just exciting to see that. We even see around about the hotel, and there's a few young girls running about with island tops on, and I mean, I would never have been taken anywhere to a different country to go and watch a game of football. I don't know how these are getting to do it, you know?
Let alone on the other side of the world.
Yeah, I know. But that's amazing that there's so many people tuning in, and people, it's like a reality for people now. This can become a job for you. You can go and do this too if you want to do it. And I think obviously now the way the media coverage is around the world, that's obviously helping too. Like, everyone knows things are possible. So yeah, hopefully all goes to plan and we can leave a positive impression.
What about looking for a job when you get back?
That too. Hopefully I can play football for another season or two, but we'll see what's in store. And then obviously, if any media companies want to tap me up too, I'll be here.
You talk about the profile though, and when you reach a World Cup, it changes everything. You know, the attention comes on, the photo shoots, the adverts, the sponsorship, everything that comes with a World Cup. What's been the best part of it for you?
I've not really thought about that. Hopefully there'll be a few benefits that come on the back of the World Cup, but I don't know yet. We'll see. Obviously it is full on. The other day we were doing pictures and I was shattered, and I kind of felt sorry for the camera guy because I was just dead chat. I was like, he was like, smile, hands on hips, look here, do that. I was like, but hopefully the pictures look okay, we'll see. But yeah, look, this is it. We've wanted to be here, and now we're going to need to embrace the change and manage stuff along the way. I'm not a superstar, so I think it's going to be different for me, but could be different for the likes of Denise and Katie, and then look at other teams like you see the Lionesses, like how their lives have probably changed massively, and it's probably been a big adjustment for some of them, and I'm sure it's not always easy. I'm sure there's moments where they're like, oh, leave me be, let me go and get an Nando's and leave me in peace, please. But look, that's the way the game's going, and we kind of need to embrace it and learn how to deal and manage situations.
But the clamour for the players once you reach World Cup qualification on that autumn night back in Scotland, and the attention then, did it take a long time to come down, or are you a player who just, right, we've done that, now let's go on to something else?
For me, it was I was injured, so it felt a bit different, but I definitely know some of the girls. I think it's safe to say that there was a few challenging moments for them because of it. Like, I think everyone probably wanted access to them, a piece of them, and you're on that high, and then probably a few days to a week after, you're back to, all right, well, what was that? Like, it's kind of, that's probably quite tough too. There is an actual word for that, I can't remember what it's called. It happens to a lot of the people at the Olympics and stuff like that. So it's probably a bit similar, but I think now we have access to like sports psychologists and speaking to people, and I think that's probably massive now, like especially with these tournaments and the amount of media you're doing and your face is out there, and just learning how to deal. I think that's going to be really important, and I think nowadays speaking to someone in therapy and just learning how to deal with emotions or how to flick a switch and manage your mindset is going to be huge.
You talked about dreams and hopes earlier. Did you think this would happen in your playing career, in your playing lifetime, as they say?
I think there's always a bit of you that young dream as a kid, you always envision it, so I don't know if it's been let in the subconscious somewhere. But then there's times...
You've been so close, haven't you, as a team, and so close to major tournaments and just not getting over that line.
Well, that one go back to Ukraine. After that, I knew we would. We had to go through that in my eyes. We had to go through that heartache and disappointment, getting so close, and then to me, we absolutely blew it. We did blow it, but like we had to go through that to then get to the next stage of our development. And I think we done that. I think going away to Finland, winning, and then getting the draw away to Sweden was huge. And I think after we done that, we were going, right, we are not going to mess this up now. And I think everyone in the team knew it, everyone believed it, that we would be coming to Australia for the World Cup. So.
And realistically, what would be success for the Republic of Ireland?
Look, we just want to get our heads down and go about our business and hopefully cause some upsets along the way. It's going to be so difficult, so hard, but we know what we've got in the team, we know our strengths, and hopefully on the night, if we can play to our strengths and, you know, like I said, weather the storms, because it's going to be relentless at times, I'm sure. And we might need a bit of luck, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, we believe in ourselves, and hopefully things can go okay.
You're smiling, you're relaxed. I'm getting that kind of feel towards this match.
I mean, I don't really, I'm very much when people be like, are you excited? I'm like, whatever. It's not until I'm there and get there, so I think that's just my approach. That's just how I am. I'm quite chilled, quite laid back. But yeah, I'm sure it'll be a lot different come game day, is when it's definitely going to kick in for me. But look, everyone's different. Everyone's going to be feeling different. But yeah, I'm quite chilled. I'm quite relaxed. I'm going, we've got training soon, so I need to wakey for training. That's what I need to do, yeah.
Good luck anyway, thank you.
Thanks very much, cheers.